What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. We're going to be going over the markets. I apologize for not having videos for the past 5 or 6 days, whatever it's been. As you guys know, I took a little break from social media and stuff to focus on my house. We are getting to the point where everything's the fine details. I will be posting updates on that on my TikTok and on social media. So watch for that. I'll let you guys know where we're at on that within the next week or so. I want to get a little more done. But anyways, let's get into the chart, see what's going on. I know everyone's very bullish. They think the run up from, here to the moon is coming, but be careful, guys. I don't think it is. As you guys know, I talked about the false bottom for a long time. I thought it would be in February or March. We may have got it early in November, which makes sense because that would make everyone think the 4-year cycle is still intact. So let's take a look at what's going on. I'm going to show you my view of the markets. Remember, none of this is financial advice, but I'm showing you what I see in the markets and what I'm doing. As you guys know, I've been looking for a short around 31.5. If we don't get there, I'll show you where I'm putting a short in. I'm not longing this market, and I'll explain why. Let's take a look at the RSI here on the weekly. As you can see, we just look to be in a rising channel. Rising channels are bearish. They fall down. We do have more room to the upside. Right now, we are just teetering on this trend line here on the weekly. If we go over the daily, and this is the Dow Jones, guys. We'll look at the S&P next and then into Bitcoin. Look at this on the daily. If you guys remember, I told you if we start opening and closing dailies above this, then we could be bullish. Maybe everything goes up from there, could go to higher highs, but I just don't see it happening. I think this is just a fake out to get the bulls in the markets comfortable and thinking it's for sure, and then just a swift drop down. We see that over and over and over again. So far, we have not got to open and close above this. We got to open candle here. It did not open and close. It opened here, closed up here. Then we got a open and close here, but not above. And then we got the same thing here. Open below, closed above, but not open and closed above. Today we opened above, and if we close below, not bullish, right? We got to start opening and closing dailies above this to really be bullish on the market. Also, if you look at the RSI, we got rejected at the trend line on the RSI, so this could be it for that. Now let's take a look at the S&P. The S&P, this is the weekly. We'll go into the daily next. As you can see, is in a rising channel. If we go up, retest top of this channel, 4,400 area would be where that is. Is it possible? Yes. Is it? Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. As you can see here in the RSI, it looks like we're topping out here. We may get that pump up there before coming down, but in this rising channel here, your measured moves to the downside, 34.50. And if that area breaks, we'll most likely get a bounce there, right? This could take months, who knows, but could get a bounce here, but then a continuation down would get us down to as low as this 2,600, which is just a long-term trend line, right? Definitely a possibility, something to be aware of, guys. I know all the bulls are very, very bullish, right? We've seen that at all the tops. They get super bullish, they get overconfident, and they get absolutely wrecked. Let's take a look at the DXY. DXY, we did get a little bit lower low, but was this just a bull trap? It does look like it, although in the daily, it does show we could come back down and retest this trend line one more time. It's definitely a possibility, not a guarantee. But if it does, when this DXY gets down here and gets a bounce, that would be where everything else has topped the DXY's bottom and much, much higher for the DXY. I'm still bullish on the DXY, guys. I think this thing is going to rip. So be careful. Taking a look at the long term. Now look at this as a Elliott wave count in the macro. This is a monthly on Bitcoin, right? You had this big wave 1 here with 5 waves inside. Then you had an ABC correction, wave 2. Then you had 5 waves up. That's wave 3. Then you had a correction, wave 4. And then you had 5 waves up. That was wave 5. I do believe we are in a long-term correction here. As you guys know, September, October is when I've been saying I think we see the bottom in Bitcoin. I still stick to that this year. I've been saying that since 2021. And right now, we're just making another ABC. Could it go higher? It's possible. There are some very high points you could look for, but is this the bottom and we're heading to new all-time highs? I do not think so, guys. I think the 4-year cycle is going to get washed away this year. So anyways, right there is what I think we're seeing. And a lot of people say wave 3 has to be the longest, right? It's often the longest, never the shortest. So looking at this in the macro, the log, that makes it look like 3 waves, like the same size as 5, right? But if you look at this on the linear, there's wave 1, wave 3 is way longer, and wave 5 looks like a overextended 5th wave. And you can see what happens after overextension, right? I think we have much further down to go, guys. Be careful. Also, looking at the weekly, we had our trend lines off of this wick here, and right up here is, if we get really bullish, 31.5 to 3,200-ish area is where we should get a rejection here, right? If we look at this on the daily, there's a daily chart. Doesn't look quite as bullish, does it? So if it came all the way up here, which is possible, that 42,000 range, I would expect a major rejection. I don't think it's going to go that high. If it does, you know, if we break this, get support here, then we may see that. I don't think that's going to happen. As you guys know, you can see this white target here, right? This was our measured move of this falling wedge here. Once that broke out, we had this target here of 28.8. We did break above it. It does seem to be holding as support now, but we also had this. I've been showing you this for months, right? Looking at this dotted trend line is the top of the falling wedge, and then the solid line is the bottom. Take the measured move of that, bring it to where it broke out. That gets us at 31.5 to 3,200 range. That's why I'm going to start laddering in shorts if we get into this red area. And this could be a huge opportunity because I think we could see new lows after that. Does that mean it shoots straight down? No, it could take time. Remember, we got till September, October to see the bottom. But then our next support is going to be around this $19,000 to $20,000 range. Probably get a bounce there, get everyone bullish again. Come back down once this breaks. Then we're looking to test this bottom trend line, depending on where it hits here. You know, if it was fast, 12, 13,000, but otherwise, if it goes into towards the end of the year, 11 to 6, and maybe that'll be the bottom. Either way, I see the bottom going lower than this, but then our major support is around this 9,500. If that does break, 34.75. If you've ever been involved in the markets and seen a capitulation, it can be brutal. Be careful. But anyway, I could see us going as low as 3,500, but between 85 and 95, I think is a good spot to start maybe buying longer term. I do think it'll take a long time to recover though, so be careful with that. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. They do sponsor my channel. I have a link down below. If you use my link and the promo code SAVVY50, that can get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. Savvy25 gets you 25% off your trading fees. Actually, I think it might be 30% off now, but they don't trade against you. You don't get to get big scam wicks you get on other exchanges. You can also trade the traditional markets, pre-markets, post-markets for no extra charge. Crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, all from this exchange. So whatever you trade, most likely can find it on here, any of the bigger stuff, right? So take a look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, like I said, we got up to that 28.8, 28.7, got support. I've been looking for a short up here, still looking for that, guys. 31.5 to 3,200, like I said, is where I'm looking to be laddering in. And I think once we get there, I think we're going to roll over pretty good. Might come down, bounce around this 28.8 area for a while. But as you can see, it's also forming a rising channel. And the measured move of the rising channel, if it takes, you know, another week or so to get down here to break, then our target's going to be around 26.1. It may take some time. Like I said, you may break below this 28.8, bounce around under it for a while, keep testing it for resistance, and then come down to this level. And then, of course, we have our lower levels down here, just being the trend lines off of these wicks, right? So go up, go test that 20 again, get a big bounce. Once we break this, guys, like I said, I think we got a lot further down to go. So this is the .com bubble, the scam washout. This is how bubbles work. When they pop, it gets rid of all the garbage, just like the .com bubble did. This was Amazon. You can see how far down Amazon went. If Bitcoin was to go the same, 95% would be around 3,500, right? But they always return to before the big overextended bull run, right? And then you get this, and it washes out all the garbage / crap coins. As you can see, this was when we had the false bottom here. I do believe that's what happened over here on the weekly. I told you guys to watch for that. I did not catch it. I didn't believe that was the false bottom yet because I was looking for it in timing. But I do believe this was the false bottom. And we still have one more big low to go, just like we did over here, looking at the weekly RSI, right? Then we have the other bubble, Nintendo. As you can see, this is where it started, big rally. This is where we ended up, right where it began. I do think we come down to these levels. Again, guys, that's just how bubbles pop. That's how they work. And I think this is a true bubble pop pattern. As you can see, we got above the 55 EMA and everything right here too, just came down to make lower lows. If that was the same measurement, I think that would be somewhere. Let's take a look at that real quick. So if we take a measurement off of the top to the bottom here, would be around, what's the percentage there? 89%, right? So if we did that over here, what would 89% be? Around 7,500, somewhere in that range, right? So if it's, and they don't play out exact, guys, it's just a pattern. And as you can see, the patterns are playing out just like a bubble pop. Nothing different here, right? Same thing. You get the overextension, and then you come back down to return to where it started. Look at Sony. Same thing. It started way back here. It came down and returned to that bottom. Got rid of all the garbage. That's where we're at, guys. We need to get rid of all the garbage. And as you guys know, I think something big is going to cause this next drop. So be aware, be careful. Tesla, as you guys know, I'm looking to be a buyer in Tesla between 50 and 60 bucks. I've been talking about that since before we broke this trend line last September. We put these targets in, we got to bounce at every one. And I told you if we broke through each one, it would go down to the next, which it did. It got us down all the way to our 106 target, got a bounce there. I do think it's going much, much lower, guys. So anyways, that's my update. I just wanted to get something out to you guys. I'll try to keep doing videos every morning, but like I said, with things come up at the house, we got to be there early. Sometimes screws up my whole day for trying to fit in a video. But anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget, smash those thumbs up, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Be careful out there, guys. I know everyone's super bullish. Remember what happened the last two tops at 64 and 69. They were calling for 100,000. They're calling the bottom now. Be careful out there. I will see you in the next video. Check these videos out. This was when I first called the bubble pop. And then this is a tutorial on Prime XBT. Have a good day, guys. I am out.